Little background noise, that's fine. It's a Sunday afternoon. I've just opened my Tropical Traditions 1 gallon of coconut oil. I was taking off the top when I thought, well, prior to going out to the deep fryer, need to get this on film. So Jacob came in here. This is how you do it. Prop it open. We're going to go outside and cook 12 packages of bacon, my favorite. Okay, out on my patio, getting ready to pour this in. We're going to have to wait for it to get hot, so I'm going to pour this. We're going to go do a few things and come back with the actual frying of the bacon. But being outside here, you don't have the smell, they don't have quite the mess, and you have other diversions for while it's frying. I can watch Sunday night or Sunday afternoon football in the background if you got the TV there too. So my solution to pre-making tons of bacon. Back in a few minutes. All right, back here in my kitchen, a couple things here on prepping the bacon for the fryer. I've heated up the coconut oil. You'll see that in a few minutes. But basically, you'll see here 12 packs if you want to get this into the focus of the film. I've decided on Rancher, and this is pretty much all natural, but not necessarily grass-fed. So I would encourage grass-fed, of course. This is approximately 12 packages, approximately 9 pounds. It'll take me about an hour and a half to fry them up. My little technique, the little gloves I use for cooking all the time, I'll be putting those on in a minute. But basically, if you take a break here, I'll put them on now. All right, got my little gloves on. Scissors, I usually go this way, make sure that I can open it. I want to cut these basically in half. You'll see me throw them in the fryer here in a minute. Separate cutting board made by Dennis, my buddy. I'm going to cut this in half. That's all I'm going to have to do. It's pretty semi-frozen. It's the way I like to do it. Everything from Whole Foods. I noticed this, just want to read that to you. Buy goods, not bads. America's healthiest grocery store compared to what we're talking about, the sad standard American diet grocery stores that you're probably used to. Whole Foods. Back in a moment by the deep fryer. All right, back again. Deep fryer. This is a gallon of coconut oil from Tropical Traditions I get online. This is a little one. I didn't realize I needed a little bit more than a gallon. Whole Foods variety and extra virgin coconut oil. And you know all the reasons that I'm suggesting why to use the coconut oil. Just a little explanation. Nutivia. Boy, I'm doing well here, huh? I've just gone to this based on a recommendation by Bruce Fife in the book that I'm reading now. So the reason I have don't use is I take actually 2 tablespoons before 2 different meals. So I'll, what I call double dip. I'll have a tablespoon, then put my tablespoon back in there. So I don't want anybody else using my particular jar. So give me a moment. We'll pop in the delicious bacon, about to become delicious, and fried coconut oil. Back in a moment. All right, just popping these in, uncut. We'll come back in a few minutes as they start bubbling to the surface. And first in, I'm turning it up a tad, 350 degrees. You can see now that this is the first batch. Being pretty cold, the bacon itself is going to take, if you want to gravitate up to the clock there, we got a little bit, 107. We'll see how much the first 3/4 pound batch will take us. Back with my safety glasses. I can hardly see because they're kind of dirty or fogged up. But when I first started doing this, frying a lot of bacon in coconut oil, I was so ecstatic. I called my buddy George up in Charlotte. He owns a fast food, and he's also the cook, and asked him if he's ever done anything like this. And he said no. I said, George, you should consider it if you want to come back here. We're only talking about a minute later. These are half cooked now. They're starting to float to the surface. And I wear the glasses for obvious reasons of sputtering, splattering, that type of thing. But as soon as these are done, or mostly done, I will take them and put them in the pan that they will ultimately be in all together with some paper towels to dry them off a little bit. They'll be frozen. I do this maybe 3 times a year. Love to have bacon, both for obviously breakfast, but sandwiches, BLTs. I love ketchup and bacon on whole wheat toast, those kind of sandwiches. So we'll be back when we finish it up here in just a moment and see what time it is. All right, the time is 5 minutes or less, and back to me. You'll see these juicy little bacon pieces floating to the surface. They're what I consider done. I'd rather have them a little bit less done. Shake them off. Just pretend I'm a short order cook here. Pop them in here. Leave it on top here for the next batch. Pop it in here. I'll put a paper towel on there. And the reason for having it a little less done, I'll be taking these out of the freezer most of the next few months, 1 pack per week or whatever it is, and popping them into the toaster oven. In the toaster oven, they will take approximately 3 minutes. So an easy way to supply a lot of good bacon. Sure beats running out to the prairie or the jungle and having to shoot your kill and dress it, etc., etc. So as much time as this may take, it's well worth it for you and your health, and especially weight loss. See you around.